Russia, the world's largest nation, is a land of immense contrasts and profound depth. Spanning 11 time zones and covering 1/8 of Earth's inhabited land area, it encompasses a diverse tapestry of landscapes, cultures, and histories. From the icy expanses of Siberia to the vibrant streets of Moscow and St. Petersburg, Russia's story is one of resilience, transformation, and enduring spirit. Its history has been shaped by czars and revolutionaries, artists and scientists, each leaving an indelible mark on the nation's identity. In this documentary, we embark on a journey to uncover the lesser-known facets of Russia, its hidden wonders, cultural intricacies, and the stories that lie beyond the headlines. Through captivating visuals and insightful narratives, we aim to present a nuanced portrait of a nation that continues to intrigue and inspire. Join us as we delve into the heart of Russia, exploring the complexities and marvels that define this enigmatic country. Red Square. Red Square is considered the symbolic center of Russia and has been the site of numerous historical events, parades, and public ceremonies since the 15th century. It's surrounded by major Russian landmarks, including the colorful St. Basil's Cathedral, the Kremlin, Lenin's Mausoleum, and the gum department store. In Old Russian, the word Krasnaya meant both red and beautiful, so it originally meant beautiful square. Distance between the two. The distance between Russia and the USA is relatively close. The two countries are surprisingly close at their nearest point. Russia and the USA are separated by the Bering Strait, and between Little Diomede Island, USA, and Big Diomede Island, Russia, the distance is only about 2.4 miles, 3.8 kilometers. On a clear day, you can actually see Russia from the US, specifically from Little Diomede Island in Alaska. Despite being only a few miles apart, Big Diomede and Little Diomede are nearly a day apart in time zones. Big Diomede is almost 21 hours ahead of Little Diomede, earning the nickname Tomorrow Island, while Little Diomede is Yesterday Island. Russia officially adopted the Gregorian calendar on February 14, 1918. By the time Russia switched, most of Western Europe had already been using the Gregorian calendar for over 300 years. To make the switch, Russia skipped 13 days. The Hermitage Museum. The Hermitage Museum is one of the largest and oldest museums in the world. Founded in 1764 by Catherine the Great, the Hermitage Museum houses over 3 million items, including artworks, artifacts, and historical treasures. Only a fraction of the collection is on display at any given time, so if you spent just 1 minute per exhibit, it would take over 11 years to see everything. The museum has resident cats. Yes, really. The Hermitage is famously home to dozens of cats that live in the basement and help protect the priceless artwork from rodents. These Hermitage cats even have their own caretakers, and a small holiday called Cat Day celebrated in their honor. The Hermitage isn't just one building, it's a complex of 6 historic buildings, the most famous being the Winter Palace, which was once the official residence of the Russian czars. The museum itself is a stunning architectural masterpiece, blending Baroque and neoclassical styles. Trans-Siberian Railway. The Trans-Siberian Railway stretches about 9,289 kilometers, 5,772 miles from Moscow to Vladivostok on the Pacific Ocean. It crosses 8 time zones, spans 2 continents, and takes about 7 days non-stop to complete the journey. Construction took over 25 years. Built between 1891 and 1916, the railway was a massive engineering feat for the Russian Empire. Harsh climates, remote terrain, and political turmoil made construction incredibly difficult, but it unified the vast country and revolutionized transport and trade. It crosses the world's longest bridge on the route. One of the railway's highlights is the Amur Bridge, which spans the Amur River near Khabarovsk. When it was completed in 1916, it was the longest bridge in Eurasia, solidifying the Trans-Siberian as a fully connected overland route from Europe to Asia. Tetris was invented by Alexei Pajitnov, a researcher at the Dorodnitsin Computing Center of the Soviet Academy of Sciences in Moscow. He developed it on an Electronica 60 computer to test his programming skills and based it on a puzzle game using tetrominos, geometric shapes made of 4 squares. Because Pajitnov was a Soviet government employee, he didn't earn royalties from his creation for years. The game's rights were tangled in Cold War-era bureaucracy, and the Soviet government initially licensed it out. Payitnov didn't start earning money from Tetris until the mid-1990s, after the fall of the Soviet Union. Tetris was the first game played in space. In 1993, a Russian cosmonaut brought a Game Boy and a copy of Tetris aboard the Mir space station, making it the first video game to reach outer space, proof that Tetris is truly out of this world. Lake Baikal. Lake Baikal is the deepest lake in the world. Located in Siberia, Russia, plunges to a depth of 1,642 meters, 5,387 feet, making it the deepest freshwater lake on Earth. It holds about 20% of the world's unfrozen fresh water, more than all the Great Lakes of North America combined. Scientists estimate Lake Baikal is around 25 million years old, making it the oldest existing freshwater lake. Its unique age and isolation have led to a stunning array of biodiversity, much of which exists nowhere else on Earth. Lake Baikal is the only place in the world where you'll find the Baikal seal, or Nerpa, one of just a few freshwater seal species on the planet. How it got there is still something of a mystery, but it's become one of the lake's most iconic and adorable residents. River Volga. The River Volga is the longest river in Europe. The Volga River stretches for 3,530 kilometers, 2,194 miles, making it the longest river in Europe. It flows through central Russia and eventually empties into the Caspian Sea, playing a crucial role in the country's geography and economy. The Volga is often referred to as the Mother of Russia, due to its central role in the history, culture, and economy of the Russian people. It has been a vital waterway for trade, transport, and settlements for thousands of years and has inspired countless works of art, literature, and music. The Volga is home to the Volga Reservoir System, which includes 13 large reservoirs created by dams. These reservoirs help regulate the flow of the river, provide hydroelectric power, and create vast scenic landscapes that attract tourists and nature lovers. Mount Elbrus. Mount Elbrus is the tallest mountain in Europe, towering at 5,642 meters, 18,510 feet, though it's often overshadowed by the more famous peaks in the Himalayas. It's part of the Caucasus mountain range, straddling the border between Russia and Georgia. Its height makes it one of the 7 summits, the highest mountains on each continent. Mount Elbrus is actually a dormant stratovolcano, meaning it's built up by layers of hardened lava from past eruptions. It hasn't erupted in about 2,000 years, but it's still considered an active volcano because of the presence of hot springs and geothermal activity around the mountain. While it's technically not the hardest climb among the 7 summits, Mount Elbrus is still a challenge due to its altitude, the cold, and the potential for avalanches. Climbers often need to deal with the risk of altitude sickness. However, it attracts a lot of trekkers because it's a non-technical climb, if you're prepared, making it more accessible than some of the other mountains on the list. Kalmykia is the only region in Europe where Buddhism is the dominant religion. The Kalmyks are of Mongolic origin and practice Tibetan Buddhism, making the region a unique cultural and religious enclave in a predominantly Christian and Muslim continent. The city of Elista, Kalmykia's capital, houses the golden abode of Shakyamuni Buddha, the largest Buddhist temple in Europe. It's a stunning structure with a 9-meter-tall golden statue of Buddha inside, and it attracts visitors and pilgrims from around the world. Kalmykia. Kalmykia once had a president, Kirsan Ilyumzhinov, who was so passionate about chess that he made it a compulsory subject in schools. He also served as the president of FIDE, the International Chess Federation, and helped put Kalmykia on the map for international chess tournaments. Oymyakon. Oymyakon, located in Russia's Sakha Republic, Yakutia, holds the title of the coldest permanently inhabited settlement on Earth. In 1933, temperatures there dropped to a mind-numbing minus 67.7 degrees Celsius, 89.9 degrees Fahrenheit. Only Antarctica has recorded colder temperatures, and no one lives there year-round like they do in Oymyakon. Life in Oymyakon means cars are left running all day during winter so they don't freeze solid. People wear extreme cold weather gear, and even ink pens and mobile phones often stop working outside due to the extreme cold. Oymyakon is built on permafrost, meaning the ground is permanently frozen. This makes typical infrastructure, like plumbing, a challenge. Most homes use outhouses, and water is drawn from a centralized, unfrozen spring or melted ice. Pretty intense place to live, right? Yet people still call it home? Hardcore. In the dead of winter, daylight lasts only about 3 hours in Oymyakon. The sun rises late and sets almost immediately, casting the village into an extended twilight. Yet people go about their business like it's no big deal. Locals eat a high-protein, high-fat diet to survive the extreme cold. Think reindeer meat, raw frozen fish like stroganina, horse meat, and lots of dairy. Fresh fruits and vegetables? Not so common. It's survival food all the way. Kamchatka. Kamchatka is home to over 300 volcanoes, and around 29 of them are active. It's part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, and you can literally hike around smoking craters and lava flows with glaciers and snow nearby, hence fire and ice. There are no overland roads connecting Kamchatka to the rest of Russia. Yep, it's that remote. The only way to get there is by plane or boat, which keeps it pretty pristine and untamed compared to the rest of the country. Kamchatka has one of the highest brown bear populations in the world, and they're massive. People actually come here for bear watching tours, especially around Kuril Lake where the salmon runs draw in dozens of bears at once. It's basically nature's version of Jurassic Park, minus the dinosaurs. You'd love it if you're into volcanoes, wild landscapes, and serious adventure vibes. Severomoisky Tunnel. The Severomoisky Tunnel is 15.3 kilometers, 9.5 miles long, making it the longest railway tunnel in Russia. It cuts through the Severomoisky Range in eastern Siberia, part of the Baikal-Amur Mainline, BAM, one of the country's most ambitious railway projects. Construction started in 1977, and due to extreme geological and weather conditions, think permafrost, earthquakes, and underground water, it wasn't finished until 2003. That's 26 years. A serious test of Soviet and Russian persistence. The tunnel was considered one of the most difficult and expensive parts of the entire BAM. Climate. Russia's climate game is wild. It's like a whole continent's worth of weather in one country. Here are 3 super interesting facts about its diverse climates. Russia spans 11 time zones and covers almost every climate zone except tropical. In the north, you've got Arctic tundra and permafrost. In the south, near Sochi, it's all subtropical beaches and palm trees. You can go from frozen boots to flip-flops without leaving the country. Russia holds the record for the largest temperature range on Earth. In places like Yakutia, winter temps can hit minus 60 degrees Celsius, minus 76 degrees Fahrenheit, while summer can bring plus 35 degrees C, 95 degrees Fahrenheit. That's almost a 100 degrees Celsius swing in the same place. The Caucasus Mountains block cold air, giving the south a warmer vibe, and Kamchatka has both coastal rainforests and alpine tundra. It's a meteorologist's playground. The metro. Many of Moscow's metro stations are famously beautiful, often called palaces for the people. Think chandeliers, marble walls, mosaics, stained glass, and sculptures, especially on lines built in the Soviet era. Komsomolskaya, Mayakovskaya, and Ploshchad Revolyutsy are like museums with trains running through them. Moscow Metro is one of the busiest in the world, carrying over 7 million passengers a day, more than London and New York combined. And trains arrive every 90 seconds during rush hour. You miss one? No worries. Another's coming before you can finish a text. During the Cold War, many of the deeper stations were designed to serve as nuclear bomb shelters. Some even have blast doors and hidden bunkers. And yep, during Wonu, thousands of people took shelter in them during air raids. Basically, Moscow's metro isn't just transportation. It's art, history, and Cold War engineering all wrapped in one underground ride. Wilderness. Russia boasts the largest forest area globally, covering approximately 49.78% of its landmass. This equates to over 800 million hectares, surpassing even the Amazon rainforest in size. The majority of these forests are part of the taiga, the expansive boreal forest that stretches across Siberia. Russia's boreal forests play a crucial role in mitigating climate change by absorbing vast amounts of carbon dioxide. Since 1988, these forests have captured an average of 1.7 billion tons of CO2 annually, offsetting a substantial portion of the country's fossil fuel emissions. Wildlife. The Siberian taiga is home to unique and endangered species, including the Amur tiger, Eurasian lynx, and Amur leopard. These species thrive in the remote and dense forests of the Russian Far East, particularly in regions like the Sikhote-Alin mountain range. Colossal lakes. Lake Ladoga is the largest freshwater lake entirely within Europe, covering an area of approximately 17,700 square kilometers. It stretches about 219 kilometers in length and 83 kilometers in width, with depths reaching up to 230 meters. The lake contains around 660 islands, including the notable Valam archipelago, renowned for its historic monastery and natural beauty. During the siege of Leningrad in World War II, Lake Ladoga served as a critical supply route known as the Road of Life. When the city was encircled by German forces, this ice road across the frozen lake became the only connection to the rest of the Soviet Union. Between 1941 and 1943, it facilitated the transport of food, fuel, and medicine into the besieged city, and enabled the evacuation of civilians, saving countless lives under perilous conditions. Lake Ladoga is the exclusive habitat of the Ladoga ringed seal, a rare freshwater subspecies of the ringed seal. These seals are considered relics from the glacial era and are not found anywhere else in the world. The Russian ruble is the second oldest currency still in circulation, following only the British pound sterling. Its origins trace back to the 13th century, where it was initially a unit of weight for silver. By the 14th century, it had evolved into a standardized currency. In 1704, Tsar Peter the Great introduced the first regular minting of the ruble in silver, and by the 18th century, it became the first European currency to be decimalized, subdividing into 100 kopecks. Population. Despite being the largest country in the world by land area, Russia has a relatively low population density. As of 2025, the population density is approximately 9 people per square kilometer, 23 per square mile. This places Russia among the least densely populated countries globally, behind nations like Canada and Australia. The majority of Russia's population is concentrated in the European part of the country. Cities such as Moscow and St. Petersburg are among the most populous in Europe. In contrast, vast regions in Siberia and the Far East remain sparsely populated due to harsh climatic conditions and challenging geography. Dancing Forest. The dancing forest is renowned for its pine trees with trunks that twist into spirals, loops, and even heart shapes. These contorted forms create an almost surreal dancing appearance, which is how the forest earned its name. The exact cause of these unusual tree shapes remains a subject of scientific curiosity. Researchers have conducted studies to understand the factors influencing the tree's growth patterns. One hypothesis suggests that the local geomagnetic fields may play a role in the tree's unique formations. To explore this, scientists have mapped the area's geomagnetic activity and visualized the electrical activity of the trees and Earth's magnetic field. Despite its relatively small size, the dancing forest has become a symbol of the region's natural beauty and resilience. Sochi. Sochi is renowned for its subtropical climate, featuring palm trees and warm beaches. Remarkably, it hosted the 2014 Winter Olympics, making it the first subtropical city to do so. Due to the lack of natural snow, alpine events were held in the nearby Caucasus Mountains, where organizers used stored snow and artificial snowmaking to ensure the games proceeded smoothly. In Sochi's subtropical botanical garden stands the Friendship Tree, a unique citrus tree grafted with over 200 varieties of citrus fruits from around the world. Initiated as a scientific experiment, it has become a symbol of international friendship and unity. Notable figures, including astronauts and political leaders, have added graphs to this living monument. Sochi's history stretches back over 100,000 years, with evidence of ancient human habitation. The region was known to the ancient Greeks and Romans, and later became part of the kingdoms of Igrisi and Abkhazia. In the 19th century, it was ceded to Russia after the Caucasian and Russo-Turkish Wars, marking the beginning of its development into a resort city. Khorovod dance. The Khorovod dates back over 1,000 years to ancient Slavic pagan rituals. Participants form a circle, moving from east to west to mimic the sun's path across the sky, honoring the sun god Yarilo. This circular motion symbolizes unity, the cycle of life, and the changing seasons. More than just a dance, the Khorovod combines choral singing with movement. Dancers often sing traditional folk songs while moving in intricate patterns, sometimes incorporating storytelling elements or mimicking animals and characters within the circle. This blend of music and motion creates a rich, immersive experience. Originally a sacred ritual, the Khoravat evolved over time into a communal activity. By the 16th century, it became a popular form of entertainment, especially among youth. It served as a social gathering, allowing young people to meet and interact, often leading to courtship and marriage. Ballet. Russia has been instrumental in creating some of the most celebrated ballets in history. Composers like Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky collaborated with choreographers such as Marius Petipa to produce masterpieces like The Sleeping Beauty, Swan Lake, and The Nutcracker. These works, first performed in Russian theaters, have become staples in ballet companies around the world. Established in 1738 as the Imperial Theatre School, the Vaganova Ballet Academy in St. Petersburg is one of the oldest and most prestigious ballet schools globally. It has trained numerous legendary dancers, including Anna Pavlova, Rudolf Nureyev, and Mikhail Baryshnikov. The Academy's rigorous training methods have set the standard for classical ballet education worldwide. Lake Vivi. Lake Vivi is recognized as the geographical center of Russia. This designation was officially confirmed in 1992 by the Federal Service of Geodesy and Cartography. A 7-meter-high monument, topped with a two-headed eagle, marks this central point. This spot symbolizes the unity and vastness of the Russian Federation. Situated in the southwestern part of the Puturana Plateau, Lake Vivi is one of the most isolated locations in Russia. The nearest settlement, Tura, lies approximately 366 kilometers away, and there are no roads leading to the lake. Access is primarily by helicopter, underscoring the lake's seclusion. This remoteness has preserved the area's pristine natural environment. Lake Vivi spans an area of 229 square kilometers and is fed by 133 rivers, with the Vivi River being its sole outflow. The lake's depth remains partially uncharted, with estimates reaching up to 192 meters. Its untouched waters and surrounding ecosystems are home to diverse flora and fauna, making it a subject of interest for ecological studies. Russian dolls, or traditionally known as matryoshka dolls, are quintessentially Russian. Their concept was influenced by Japanese nesting dolls. In the late 19th century, Russian artist Sergei Malyutin and woodturner Vasily Zvozdochkin created the first Russian nesting doll set, inspired by a Japanese Fukuruma doll depicting the Buddhist sage Fukurokuju. This set featured 8 dolls, with the largest portraying a mother holding a rooster and the smallest representing a baby. The term matryoshka derives from Matryona, a popular Russian female name associated with motherhood. The design of the dolls, with one nested inside another, symbolizes the concept of a mother carrying her children, reflecting themes of fertility, family unity, and the continuity of generations. Originally depicting traditional Russian women in folk attire, matryoshka dolls have evolved to encompass a wide range of themes. Contemporary artists have reimagined them to portray political figures, celebrities, fictional characters, and more, transforming these traditional toys into modern collectibles and artistic expressions. Diversity. According to the 2021 census, Russia is home to over 190 recognized ethnic groups. While ethnic Russians constitute approximately 71.73% of the population, significant minorities include Tatars, Chechens, Bashkirs, Chuvash, Avars, Armenians, Ukrainians, Dargins, and Kazakhs. This rich tapestry of ethnicities contributes to the country's diverse cultural landscape. Russia's federal structure includes 21 republics, each established to provide a degree of autonomy to specific ethnic minorities. These republics have their own constitutions, official languages, and cultural institutions. Russia's vast northern and eastern territories are inhabited by numerous indigenous peoples who have maintained traditional lifestyles for centuries. Groups such as the Nenets, Evenks, and Chukchi practice reindeer herding, fishing, and hunting in some of the most challenging climates on Earth. Despite modernization pressures, many of these communities strive to preserve their languages, customs, and ways of life. While Russian is the sole official language at the federal level, more than 100 minority languages are spoken across the country. Notable languages include Tatar, Chechen, Bashkir, Chuvash, and Yakut, among others. Religions. The Russian government officially acknowledges 4 religions as part of its historical heritage: Orthodox Christianity, Islam, Judaism, and Buddhism. Among these, Russian Orthodox Christianity is the predominant faith, with approximately 62% of the population identifying as Orthodox Christians as of 2024. Islam is the second largest religion, embraced by around 9.5% of Russians, particularly among ethnic groups in the North Caucasus and the Volga-Ural region. Buddhism maintains a significant presence in regions like Kalmykia, Tuva, and Buryatia. Since the dissolution of the USSR, there has been a notable revival of religious identity. Surveys indicate that a significant portion of the population now identifies with a religion, reflecting a broader trend of spiritual reawakening in the country. As we conclude our journey through the rich tapestry of Russia's history, culture, and diversity, we hope this insight has offered you a deeper understanding of this vast and multifaceted nation. From the intricate artistry of Matryoshka dolls to the profound depths of Lake Baikal, from the resilience of its diverse peoples to the elegance of its ballet, Russia stands as a testament to the enduring spirit of its people and the complexity of its heritage. If you found this documentary enlightening, please consider liking the video, sharing it with others who might be interested, and subscribing to our channel for more content that delves into the wonders of our world. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and continue to seek out the stories that connect us all and, as the Russians say, "До свидания."